Hi, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. I'm really just waffling on tonight because I had an important, for me important thing that may face some other people as well. And that was, at one time I used to be a professional musician, and I'd like to think that I was actually a good musician. I had quite a successful career in music. Not famous. I wasn't a famous musician. I was just a successful working musician. I did recording. I did studio work. I did session work. I did broadcasting. I was with a band that had several years at the BBC Playhouse, and I was in that band for 2 years doing live broadcasts, which requires a certain level of expertise. But the point that I'm thinking is that here I am. I haven't played the trombone, my instrument. I haven't played for, it's about 5 to 6 years now, and so there would be a considerable amount of work to get back any kind of skill. Now, the thing about the trombone is that it's not an accompanying instrument. It's a solo instrument that you play it, and it's just you, unless you're able to sing at the same time. And there are those that can certainly hum a different note than they're playing, and that's a technique that you can work on, but it's not the same as, say, playing piano or guitar. Now, I did actually, a little while ago, I bought a trombone, which I thought that I would be able to get along with. Now, the problem is that, what do they say about a good workman doesn't blame his tools? But my own observation is that there's an addition to that, and that is that a good workman doesn't have poor tools. So when you go out and buy a trombone and a valve instrument and various instruments in particular, they have to be good quality. And I bought this trombone, Chinese trombone. I took it out, I blew a few notes on it and thought, I can't do that. Because when I was a professional musician, I had the finest, what I thought was the finest trombone that I could buy. It was not quite vintage, but it was an old King 2B, and it was an absolutely beautiful instrument. It was a joy to play, and because of that I was kind of spoiled. Whoops, seemed like maybe a brownout then. But I was spoiled. So when I came to go back, now I'm here, and get a trombone, it was the only trombone that I saw. We just happened to be going through one of the malls, and there was a music store there, and I said, I wonder if they have a trombone. And I went in, and sure enough, they had a trombone. And it was only, I think, 7,000 pesos. I'm not quite sure. It may have been 8. Which wasn't a huge amount of money. And so I decided, what the heck, I'll get it. So I got it, as I say, got it home, and I was going to put some time in on it. Couldn't quite motivate myself to do it. Well, the last time that we were in Cebu, I went into a music store there because I saw a trombone. So I went in, and gosh, there it was, a fine trombone, a Vincent Bach. And a Vincent Bach is a good quality trombone. Depending, they can all vary. You can have a great trombone and a not so great trombone, and even super great trombone. It's the luck of the draw, and you need to try it. Well, I looked at it. I think, I'm not even exactly sure now what it was, what was the cost, but I think it was about 25,000. May have been 20, but I think it was 25,000 pesos. Well, I began thinking about it recently. I didn't get it. I already had that trombone that I've got now. But the more I thought about it, the more I actually miss not having anything to do with music. Now, very often I've bought a guitar, which I bought in Cebu. I bought a very nice guitar, and while my friend Wilbert was here, he got a pair of speakers that could be used with this guitar. But somehow, going back to being a total beginner on the guitar, when I was an accomplished musician before, call it whatever you may, but I just never was able to get over that little hump at the beginning where you get used to being an amateur, and you must get used to that in order to be able to learn. So, never quite got round to playing my guitar. Well, when I made up my mind, I actually told Beth I'm going to buy that trombone. If it's still there, the Vincent Bach, I'm going to buy it. And I even started, where is it? Look, this is my mouthpiece. I even dug it out, and I've been tootling away on it. Enough to get my the muscles around the mouth good enough so that I could accurately see whether the Vincent Bach was any good or not. And if it was, and I would suspect that it would be quite good, I would have bought it. And then I went online and I started to type in trombone tutorials for a particular kind of playing that I was interested in, playing jazz. And there's been such a huge move forward in the skill of playing the trombone that it's beyond what it ever was when I was playing some professionally 20 years ago or more. And I looked at what was being said, and I went to several tutorials where they were explaining exactly how I could learn to play the technique that I'd really wanted to play all those years ago and never got round to devoting the time to it. Now, you need to devote time to it. You need to devote practice, hours of practice, and as the coolest teacher that I saw on YouTube said, it's more a matter of weeks and months for you to gain this skill that I'm teaching you now, rather than minutes or hours. And I looked at it, and it led me to make an important decision. I decided, no, I'm not prepared to put that time in, because at the end of it, it will just be a solo instrument. So I'd always had an affinity for the guitar and for the keyboard, even though I never put the time in on either to be good. So now I've reached a decision, which I'm just sharing with you as a matter of interest, because it's the kind of thing that you might end up trying to decide yourself. I decided that I have a guitar. Actually, I have a keyboard as well, but I have a guitar, and the guitar is portable, and I really like the guitar. I'd love to play the guitar really well, not just strumming, but really well, and would be prepared to devote that time for it if at the end I can see the result would be something that would actually be beneficial to me, and I'd be able to use it on my YouTube channel and on some of the musical videos that I've made where I've sung various songs. And of course, because I don't play the guitar right now, I sing them a cappella, without. That's just by the voice. So I decided goodbye to the trombone after all these years, and that I would commit to playing and practicing the guitar. Well, you'll probably hear more on this, and maybe even hear me play. Thanks for looking in. This is A Foreigner in the Philippines. Bye for now.